Good morning. I'm Senate Majority Leader Gloria Romero, and in an era of term limits, let me just give a little bit of the history. Let me ask all of the legislators who were here in that first class. Betty, you were here. Come on up, 1999. Pat Wiggins, you were serving in the Assembly as well. All the veterans, because to some extent, you know, in an era of term limits, and we are an institution, this is the history, and I think we want to really underscore that this year we've made it official by the Senate passing Senate Concurrent Resolution 106 out of the Senate, out of the Assembly, which will memorialize California Denim Day from now to perpetuity. But back in, absolutely. Just very quickly, back in 1999, I was Majority Leader at the California State Assembly. I opened up the newspaper and read an article that horrified me. It talked about a case in Italy where a judge had overturned a conviction and basically had used the argument that the rape could not have been a rape because the victim, the survivor, had been wearing jeans that the judge believed were a bit too tight. And so in his argument, he said, there's no way that these jeans could have been forcibly removed from the victim. She must have consented, because nobody can remove tight jeans from a victim. Well, let me tell you, the Italian women in Parliament stood up first, and they said this is outrageous to basically tell a victim that she is culpable of her own victimization because of the clothing that she wears. We have heard that from time and time again. So the Italian women in Parliament first stood up, and what they did as an act of solidarity in Italy was to wear jeans. Well, let me tell you, that story went around the world. And it ended up in newspapers in California. I read it, Betty read it, Pat Wiggins read it, Susan Davis, then the chair of the Women's Caucus, read it, Sheila Kuehl, and we decided in California, our sisters, ourselves, have oftentimes been victimized and then been blamed by the kind of clothing that we wear. We decided that day to stand in solidarity with our Italian sisters in an act of defiance, and we all wore jeans on the Assembly and the Senate floors. Mine don't fit me anymore, but that's another story. But here we are almost 10 years later, and this act of not only sisterhood, but brotherhood as well. Because over the years and right from the very beginning, we saw both men and women, Republican and Democrat, join forces to say that when someone says no, it is no. Rape is not consensual. Rape is an act of violence. It has nothing to do about the kind of clothes we wear. And that's why we're so pleased and honored that once again in California, we have put forth and declared another California Denim Day. So thank you to the men and women legislators who a long time ago stood up for the right thing.